and get there as quick as possible. And the quickest way verbally to do that is ask that question. Your questions you ask will get you on the topics that you want. One of the simplest things was, I was a pretty passionate guy into all this sort of art stuff. I knew that if I just said, hey, what do you think about, what are you passionate about? She could not answer, but then I could talk about my passions. If I know what I want her to be attracted to, and I know what I'm attracted to about her, that's the direction that I'm going to go. It's using my identity to manifest the technique.
Thank you.
You got it, man. Yep. All right.
Why do we have to learn pickup or seduction? Because our parents didn't have to.
Why do we have to learn it? Because why?
Our parents didn't have to learn this kind of stuff.
I'm sorry.
And suddenly, our parents, like my father or
oh, your parents.
Parents, yeah, didn't have to.
Maybe they did. Maybe they did. Maybe I reincarnated and trained your father. No, dude, you don't have to. Here's the thing. Like, remember what I was saying is seduction's organic. Like, you need to go back to that. You have to realize that everything you need to be a sexual person, to be like the sexual fantasy that you have is already in you, right? It just needs to be woken up. And when you wake things up, you know, everybody's pretty grumpy when they get woken up. But everything that is sexual is already in you, man. It's already a part of you. What you need to do is you need to learn how to show that. And this is why I truly believe that you've got to communicate with yourself. You've got to learn how to do that. And when you can do that, it's fucking great. But I'll also say this, is that the things that I wanted, that when I started out on this, what I really wanted and what I sought out for, on that journey, the answers that I got from it were completely different from what I started with. I never thought I'd be talking to you about, like, you know, life and how, like, this beautiful sense of, like, whether I'm adventuring or sitting at home is an amazing experience that I all found through finding myself in seduction. It's your call where you want to take it. Anybody? He's like, no.
Hi, my name is Antoine. Nice to meet you. My question is a bit of a two-part. Because, how can I get comfortable with being sexual and get my identity out there? Because I'm a bit of an introvert person, so I need a lot of time to get adjust with the other person and have it.
Okay, so let's talk about sexuality. What does that mean to people? Because this is a real question, man. Like, I almost answering questions on technique is great, but it gets in the way of the overall thing. And the real thing is how do I get sexual, right? And hold on to that microphone. But what is happening now?
For example, yesterday, I saw a good-looking girl passing by, so I pulled her in. I know what to do with the techniques we got taught.
Here's where the good stuff's going to happen. We may take it all up here, man.
Okay.
So there's something that I call 6-point escalation, right? And when I'm talking about seduction, when I'm talking about socializing, I'm not saying I'm a master of it, right? Anybody who says they're a master of it has a complete misinterpretation of what those things are. The things that are bigger than us, right? But what I say is there's points on a map that happen. When a seduction happens, you can pinpoint little things. Like, I can't say that, like, meeting this girl and then getting into heavy seduction, whether it's a relationship or just sex that night or whatever, I can't say where that's going to be, but I can say that there's certain points that happen. And 6 of those points are these. Number 1 is intent, right? That could be approaching or whatever, right? I'll get into all this stuff. We'll say define, comfort, and relax. Number 4, this is probably the most important. Number 5, you accept. Number 6, escalate. Okay. So you're in a conversation, right? Anytime you approach a girl, it's intent, right? There's some sort of intent it's a form of escalation. This is called 6-point escalation, right? So anytime you make a move in a specific direction, that is a form of escalation. However, when you were talking to this girl, what were you saying? Like, how could I get more sexual? Like, what point?
I looked at her in the eye, and well, she looked back, obviously. So I thought I got closer to her, then she got closer to me, but I actually
Ooh, you're saying all the good stuff.
because I wasn't comfortable with, whoa, there was too much tension, so I broke it, and well, then I lost
Dude,
it.
you're there, dude. Okay, so check this out. Guess what he just said? He had eye contact, she got a little bit closer, I felt it. Remember, seduction is organic. It's an organic thing that happens within us, and it's in real time, and these things happen in an instant, and we have to be able to react on them. It is not mechanical. It's not a fucking machine. You have to be able to feel them. Anything, getting in your body in any sort of way is gonna have that influence. Okay, what's happening there is, let's say you showed eye contact. This is an example. It's happening here, eye contact. Then she shows some eye contact, she gets closer, right? When guys feel sex, they're like, man, we want to fuck. We want sex. We're like, shit, let's do this. When a woman feels sex, she gets turned on, and a lot of people argue this, and there's all these studies that they put on, that it's like when a woman gets turned on, she feels it right away, even about stuff that she'll say she wasn't turned on about. I don't want to give that the wrong message or whatever, but women feel sex. Let's just accept that, okay? But when women feel sex, there's a second thing which happens instantaneously. There's an emotional kind of charge that takes place of going, I don't want to be judged. I don't want to be used. Is this guy seeing me as an individual? Like, what if he tells people? All that sort of stuff. All those fears happen instantaneously. It's like, oh my God, I like this guy. Well, wait a minute. Who is he? Wait, does he see me for me? Okay, this isn't right. I don't feel safe. All that sort of stuff. So what we got to do is we as men need to know that this is a point on the map. Now, in a conversation, this might happen at one time, but in a flash of eye contact, what he's saying, again, these are points on a map that are happening. It's going to be quite quick. Eye contact. She gets closer. Eye contact. She smiles. She likes it. And then you as a guy have to know, like, well, wait a minute. Hey, look, I just think you're cool. I don't want you to get nervous or anything like that. You guys saw me with that waitress earlier, which, again, wasn't like amazing. But what I was saying is like, hey, well, what makes you feel like a woman? Hey, I don't want to put you on the spot. I'm escalating. She's accepting to a point, and then I'm alleviating that fear. All right? So define, comfort, and relax. This could be like, hey, well, this is totally cool. I'm just talking to you, but relax, like no big deal. This is the crazy thing. This is the total motherfucking money thing that nobody does. Nobody does it. And I can tell you so many stories about it that my female friends that talk about. Like this one girl I know, she was with this guy. She's liked him forever. This guy is so pimp. He's fucking talking about, oh man, I want to put my babies in you and have you carry them. And she's like all lit up and all this sort of stuff. And for months and months and months, but she won't give it up. So one night they're at the bar, and she calls me and tells me about this. She called me and actually was upset.